Goddamn. Goddamn, guys. What the hell?
Well. Man, here we are for your Summerslam Saturday post-show review to talk about all things WWE SummerSlam. This is the first year they did the 2-night format, and I thought it was the right idea, and I still do think it's the right idea to do 2 nights
overall.
WWE definitely has to do better next year. I hope they took this as a lesson, as putting things on the show that people are evening out what you're putting on what show to minimize people not caring about certain things. Tonight's show was in that spot you honestly don't want to be in, to the point where it wasn't like downwardly atrocious, but it also wasn't great. It was kind of just, to me, it was kind of just, again, it was a bunch of stuff that I just didn't care for outside of a couple things. And I hope they do a better job next year at evening the cards out and evening what people, because tomorrow night's card is stacked.
Oh, it's stacked.
There were a lot of decisions on here I also just downright did not understand. And we'll get to that when we talk about the Women's World Championship match, but it wasn't even the winner. It was more so the time and how that whole thing just came to be. Well, Logan says in the comments, he says nothing bad, but nothing incredibly good. That's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at too. It was just it was a middle of the road show with a lot of things I just didn't really care about. And some other things that just kind of disappointed in a lot of ways, man. So, yeah, I mean that's how I'm feeling about it. It's kind of the show, tonight's show. I would classify as no man's land.
I was gonna literally, man, like, one of the cardinal sins you could be in something in entertainment is boring and pointless, and that's what most of night one was just completely meaningless, completely pointless, and you didn't care about anything. I really didn't care about anything on the show up until the main event, and some stuff I did kind of care about disappointed me for the most part, and that's very sad to see. I thought night one was extremely weak. They need to balance night one and night two way better next year. There was no balance whatsoever. They had the main event, and I thought they had the opener. Kind of was disappointed at the end of that opener. And I'm very glad that didn't main event, by the way. But overall, man, I just did not enjoy tonight. I didn't enjoy many of the creative decisions. I think looking back, it makes a lot of certain decisions look really bad or even worse. I think overall was just a bad night.
Yeah. Creatively, I really question a lot of
tonight.
A lot of tonight. So let's pull the big fish out of the water.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on the tip of my tongue. Here's the thing. Rollins comes back tonight. The whole thing was an angle, right? It's the injury angle. That, he dropped the crutches. Visually,
it was dope.
I loved it. I did. I thought visually how that was shot, hold on to it as long as you can. So it's like, oh, okay, they're just bringing Rollins out here to tease what they got in the future. Okay, boom, drops the crutches. Oh my God, big moment, right? He goes down to the ring. He cashes in. He wins the World Heavyweight Championship. again, visually, I liked it,
Mm-hmm.
and visual and the story building up to this point, it's very creative. I'll give them that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very creative to run an injury angle with somebody as believable as Seth Rollins. I think he's a very believable name to put in the injury hat for guys that are, worthy of getting injured, and somebody who could get away with an injury angle without it being blatantly obvious that he's not injured. I'll say they did a great job at making everybody think that he was legitimately injured, right? It
Mm-hmm.
seemed like they just wrote him off television, as if he was legitimately injured, and just kind of tried to dance around it, as if it wasn't that big of a topic or whatever. It gave off a vibe that he was legitimately injured. However, the only thing that concerns me, and I think a lot of people feel this way, the only thing that concerns me about Rollins being the world heavyweight champion is this is obviously meaning a feud with CM Punk. And you just have to ask yourself, for as great as the feud has been, how much more does this feud have in the tank before people throw the towel in and say, I'm kind of tired, because they're kind of running into that problem already?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing that to me is like, it reminds me of the Liv and Rhea situation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where it's like the feud's been great, but it just gets to a point where,
It's like just
okay, this is just kind of a bit long. This is kind of the movie, the movie has stretched on too long. Okay, it's just, to me, that's just kind of that's where I am with it. And again, I think a lot of people feel that way. I think that's a genuine concern from a lot of their fan base, and I'm not really to that point yet, but I'm also not to the point where I'm dying to see more of those two. I'm not to the point personally where I've thrown in the towel on these two. But again, you can't really blame the people that are, because these two have been, back and forth taking jabs at each other for 2 years almost. So, again, just because I'm not personally there, I don't really blame people that are, because it's been going on for a lot longer, and um, it just worries me that maybe they might want to drag this out until WrestleMania. And that to me is really scary. If WWE wanted to play their cards right, um, you know, I would maybe be looking. Again, I don't know how long you really want to have Rollins hold the belt for. I would assume they don't want him to drop it later this month at Clash in Paris, but I would perhaps think about looking at like Crown Jewel
yeah.
in October or something along those lines. But I just get the sense this is going to be dragged out till WrestleMania, because before we know it, WWE is going to want to do WWE's going to want to do what is it? WWE's gonna want to do a whole angle with the Seth Riders and Team CM Punk and the Avengers and the Fantastic Phils going into War Games, and it just gives me the vibe that this is more than likely what we're going to be gearing up for the next 7 months. And um it just, again, I don't want them to get to a point where people are just kind of like, okay, I don't really want to see these guys in the ring anymore. Um, that's the only really concern for me. Everything else, like from a visual standpoint and whatnot tonight, again, storyline, I mean, it does make sense, but it just, I don't know. This was the whole problem with putting this is why I didn't want the briefcase on Seth Rollins in the first place. Personally, I didn't know how much I wanted to see Seth Rollins hold a world championship again.
Not anytime soon, to be honest. And then that's where I'm in the same boat, man. The moment itself, you take the context of the story out for me, it was a sick moment. The way he dropped the crutches, the way he was out there, the way he said, enjoy it while you have it for now. And then that means like the 30 seconds he fucking had it. Out of the context of the overall story, that was a really good moment. But with the context of the story, I'm tired. I am. I'm not completely throw throw the towel in the ring tired. But overall, I know we're going to get to Raw, and we're going to have to hear the same Monday Night Rollins promo, and then Punk's going to come out. We're going to hear the same Punk promo about each other, and they really didn't do a great job. They added a little bit with some hint of like some stuff in the past with those two, but overall, the story is literally just the guy left for 10 years. Seth did his job. He's jealous he came back. Whatever. It's to me, it is overplayed, man. I think I am kind of tired of it. I'm not completely tired of it. I'm not tired of the matches. I'm tired of the promos. I'm tired of the angle. It's been going on so long. And so when you have so many other things going on for so long in your company at the same time, it really adds on. Like, we're cutting to Monday, and Monday we're gonna still have Judgment Day, random nothing tension. We're gonna have the Seth Riders with Seth back on television, giving the same Monday Night Rollins promos. It's tiring, and Raw felt really refreshing this week. When Seth wasn't there, and the Bronze got to shine. And now another concern I have is those two are gonna be back to being just wearing all black suits and having no personality. Literally, they were already doing that at the end of that match. He didn't have the Shula follow with him at the end of that match. He didn't. It was nothing. No personality from those guys. Already seems like it's stripped, and obviously we'll see more on Raw. But man, I don't hate it, but I don't really like it. I'm kind of overplayed with it. It's 8 more months of this because people are like, maybe we could get Seth and Sammy at Mania. I would love that, but the end goal is most obviously Punk and Seth at Mania, and 8 months of the same thing on television. I'm kind of tired of, man. I'm kind of tired of. I like Seth, I do, but I don't really overall like the Seth Riders. And I don't overall want him as champion. And I think I think Raw is gonna get really repetitive, really quick. And the same fans that were literally this Monday were tweeting about how, the group was kind of better and the show was kind of better without Seth on it, are eating this up. And I literally give it 3 weeks until they're bored again, man. So it's a tough situation. The moment itself was nice, man, but I am just really tired of Punk and Rollins, man. I really just am.
Yeah, I cannot blame you there. It just, honestly, bro, to me, again, I love Seth, but, I do love Seth, man, but, Jack says it in the chat, but I don't know, maybe nowadays, maybe he just feels a bit stale. Just because one of our other buddies he's in chat sometimes, he told me a while ago, how can I miss Rollins if he never goes away? And it just feels like anytime Rollins does, kind of maybe take a little break,
he's just instantly back.
He is instantly back, and it just like feels, I don't know, it's just we never really get a break from his act, and to me, I wasn't really feeling the Seth Rider stuff while he was there. I wasn't one of the people saying that the group was dead and over, because they said the same thing about Solo's Bloodline. They say the same thing about every fucking faction there ever is. We're like 4 weeks in and people are like, "Oh, drop the group, it sucks." Like, yeah, okay, dumb fuck. But anyways, Rollins, I wasn't feeling the group, because I just felt the other guys were made to look so stupid in it. And not that they were, booked to be jobbers or anything, but they just stood there with black suits and black glasses and just stood there like they were Men in Black or something. And I've actually really kind of been enjoying these guys with personality. You've been seeing that over the past couple weeks. And all this stuff is just so odd to me now, because you've been running a story on Monday Night Raw where Braun Breaker thinks he's like captain of the group. So like, where does that go?
Because like, obviously they were in on it, kayfabe wise. So why was he acting as if Seth was actually gone and he's the captain now, if they knew the whole time that wasn't the case? I don't get that, man. I really don't get that.
Yeah, and then like Rollins, they did this whole angle before that gauntlet match even happened. So like for him to screw Punk, and Punk hadn't even gotten a world title match at SummerSlam yet.
Like he just knew Punk was gonna get the SummerSlam match and he could screw him over. Like it's one of those things where like through it and in the moment it's like, oh, they did swerve us and that was really good. Like you said, they did play up the injury very well. But when you look back at the details, storyline wise, it kind of just doesn't make sense. So kayfabe wise, he just threw a match at Saturday night's main event with LA Knight just to get a successful cash in. Something he would have always done since he has the two big guys with him. I don't get the like. It was cool. It was really cool the way they did it, man. I do like the way they did that. They were very successful in that. But like, when you look at the finer details, it was so unnecessary kayfabe wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. So it just I don't know. I don't know. It just
Who else would? Why would he cash in on anyone else? Really? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think he should have been Money in the Bank in the first place. And I don't like where it went. And I think the more you peel back, and especially right now, the more you look back on the past events of the past month, it starts to make less and less sense overall.
mm, um yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's just
wasn't really feeling the group beforehand, and now he's back, and now he has the World Heavyweight Championship. So
I'm very scared those two are just gonna have to be slotted back and to just muscle for the guy. I'm very scared, man. I hope they could keep their personality that they were able to show, but Triple H is really the power to only focus on a person at a time. So I don't have much faith in those two giving their personality still. With Seth being back, I'm very scared.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see on Monday how they, I guess, reassess those two or what exactly their role is, because it just again it just seems a bit odd to me that Braun Breaker would just be okay with stepping right back, even though he was like leading pretty much a successful ship
He was
the whole
a
time.
more successful ship, actually.
That's the thing to me. It just Braun again. He those guys were attacking Roman. They stole his fucking shoes while Rollins was gone. He was playing himself up like he was the leader, and he was doing a pretty damn good job at it. That was the fucking best the group has probably ever fucking looked. So it just, I mean, does he just go again? Does he just? That's the thing that's weird to me. Do they just go back to being guys that just stand there?
That's the thing that I think a way to really like help this for me is when you get to Raw, have it be a constant underpoint of Braun is kind of like, damn, I was kind of moving without you, and I thought I was kind of running the ship a little better. You don't say it directly, but you have him think that, and you make it obvious that he's thinking that. I think that would help, but I don't have faith in them doing that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think Jack might be right. I think it might be better if they didn't know. Because I think that'd be a good way to heat up tension.
I think that would be.
I think that's the best way to take this story is that those two actually were swerved too.
Yeah, I think they yeah, I think that would be the best way to go in my opinion, just to like I just kind of build
Just
to
not make
that.
him look stupid.
Yeah, just to to build to that moment or whatever of those guys end up getting tired of him, and Rollins, I guess, maybe playing up to the story of Rollins believes that they should just stand there and just back him up,
Which
but
is funny because it's gonna mean we're gonna get the exact same way and reason Roman lost to Cody is the exact same thing as why Seth is gonna lose to Punk. His group is gonna abandon him at WrestleMania and he's gonna lose the match. They're just repeating the bloodline story.
Which isn't necessarily bad
Isn't
because
bad.
for a long time, Rollins always used to get triggered when people tell him you're like Roman.
So he should end up, like Roman.
So to me, that's the perfect way to end it.
Yeah.
Have him end it. Have him end the same way. Have him lose everything the same way Roman did. But yeah, like I said, man, it just like visually the cash in was awesome, and then again story wise it was great. It made sense to cash in on CM Punk and all that stuff. Again, Rollins Rollins doing this whole plan or whatever beforehand. I don't know. I guess he was just trying to really do Gunther dirty, but
I guess. God damn.
but it did obviously make it did make sense for him to cash in on Punk. Punk was, if he was gonna cash in on anybody, I would probably have choose Punk for him to cash in on. Again, I just didn't really want to see him with the briefcase, man. I didn't really care to see him as world champion. I think it is WWE talks so much about wanting younger guys and wanting, new people in the main event scene, and to me it just feels like, again, it feels like we just seen this with Seth Rollins, and we did with him holding the World Heavyweight Championship, a little over a year ago. I don't know. It's just something I just didn't really care to see. But again, it's not that he cashed in on Punk or anything, or it's not that he cashed in on Punk and costed him and all that stuff. It's just where we go from here, to me, is just kind of, I really don't know WWE is going to be able to drag this story out all the way until WrestleMania without people getting ridiculously tired of it.
I give it 2 months before the tweets start that they're tired of it, man. And that's me being generous.
I was gonna say I wouldn't even get it that.
3 weeks probably, man. 3 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, wrestling fans move on a dime, bro. So I already know they will. I already know they're probably going to be coming down on this reign rather quickly.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that is that's how I'm feeling. Again, I just didn't I told you guys that Money in the Bank, man.
Yeah.
I did not fucking care to see Rollins hold the briefcase, and now I don't know how WWE is going to pull it off, because again, now you have fully committed yourself to a Rollins and Punk angle, with Punk getting his lick back on Rollins, and I'm assuming this is going to be the final blow off to the trilogy between the two, but yeah, I don't know, man. It just, again, something I didn't really care to see, also from a booking standpoint. The fact that you knew this injury was fake, yet still couldn't find anything for LA Knight to do
is crazy
at SummerSlam was crazy work. Because if Rollins legitimately got injured,
okay,
and you had to keep Knight off the card because shit, we got nothing else to do. We didn't know, the guy he was gonna face was gonna go down with injury. Damn it! All right,
they knew the whole time.
They had over a month to find something for this guy to do at SummerSlam, yet he still wasn't booked.
He wasn't booked at all this weekend, dude. I don't even think he was on SmackDown.
I don't think so.
Like, just completely gone from television, dude. It is wild, man. And people are like, well, the fact that, Seth did fake his injury, that means LA Knight's going to get his lick back. Oh, man. He's going to get his here damn match and then lose it and then move on. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Over a month to figure out what they were going to do, or maybe a little under a month, actually, to figure out. Well, they probably knew for over a month what they were going to do. Yet they still couldn't find anything for the guy to do at SummerSlam. They didn't even give him the voluntary,
Slim Jim Battle Royal, nothing.
What is it? The voluntary SmackDown Eve match.
No.
Nothing.
He didn't even get that, man. He didn't even get that.
Nothing. Yeah, but that's where we're at. And yeah, Rollins is the World Heavyweight Champion, and yikes. If this goes all the way to Mania, we're in for a long...
Raw is going to be rough, dude. Oh, man. I'm going to have to hear the same promo. I'm so sick of that Monday Night Rollins promo, dude. It was so nice not having to hear it.
It's like... I don't know. Before he got hurt...
It was fine. But in his absence, I'm like, wow. This is refreshing.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, before he got hurt, the promos were just so Death Rider to me.
They're literally like,
it was just so. That's what I just really wasn't feeling the group, bro. Again, the promos were so Death Rider. We're here for power. We're here for control. We need the world title to get it. It's literally, again, they're not as bad as the fucking Death Riders are,
but they're the same thing.
It just feels like, again, the same point of emphasis. We're here for power. We're here for control. We're not going to wait for it. We're going to take it, and we need the world title to do so.
We don't like the direction of this. We want our direction of the company, and this is our direction of the company.
And their version of that would be, this is our vision.
Yep.
We're going to move forward in my vision. It's so Death Rider to me.
It is.
Like, the Seth Rider memes are so accurate. That is why I genuinely refer to the group as the Seth Riders.
Because they are. They really are, man. And I still don't love the pairing of Seth and Heyman. I still really don't care about that. And I really hope they could just take the story to slowly, get tension in this group. That isn't meaningless Judgment Day tension. That is real tension.
Hopefully, bro. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, just I mean, again, I get why things unfolded the way they did. I'm not gonna sit there and say it makes no sense. I'm not gonna sit here and say that.
I just think it's lame.
I highly doubt they are going to be able to pull this off until WrestleMania. I highly fucking doubt that. Again, I'll give it a couple weeks of Rollins and Punk going back and forth before people start saying it's boring.
Oh, dude, 3 weeks, people are going to say it's boring, that Punk should have did this person should have won Money in the Bank. You know, wrestling fan. They were literally saying that on Monday, how much, like, the group and the show has been better without Rollins, and tonight they're tweeting how great this moment is and how much they swerved us, and then 2-3 weeks they'll be tweeting the same negative things they were on Monday. It's the never-ending cycle with these fans, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just
boring, dude, and it's just tiring.
I'll say though, I'm glad he did not cash in on Cody and Cena, because to me that made no fucking sense.
Yeah,
to me that made no fucking sense on the planet. What? Like, why? I mean, him and Cody are like, I mean, I guess they maybe had a little bit of tension, but like,
they got like mutual respect.
Yeah.
It's like I respect you overall. You kind of hate the same people I hate, so I kind of fuck with you because of that.
Yeah, but to me, I would have been 10 times more pissed if that shit happened during yesterday's main event. I'll say that. At least I can say Rollins looked Gunther in his face and told him he was a target.
He did.
And CM Punk is Rollins' biggest op. So, like,
it makes sense. It's just lame.
To me, it's just, how are you going to do it? Because I highly doubt. I know for a fact they cannot pull off this in terms of interest until WrestleMania.
God, no.
You can barely hold a wrestling fan to something for 3 weeks.
They were tired, like you said, they were tired of the Seth Riders 3 weeks after Mania.
Literally 2 weeks after Mania, people were like, it doesn't work. Just break it up.
Just break up. Just can it. Like no, dude. Like it has to, you can't just give up. But WWE isn't going to be able to keep that momentum. They're not. They are not good at that.
Especially with the way if their fall goes anything like their summer did, then we're in for a rough end of the year. But you had to bring fans kicking and screaming from WrestleMania 39 to 40 because they had to do one more year of the Bloodline.
Dude,
you think they're going to hold on for 8 months?
For the Seth Rider. Like, the Bloodline and Roman is one thing. At the end of the day, everyone was like, you know what? I don't really a lot of the fans were like, I don't fuck with Roman, but it's 1,000 days. It's to continue the story. Okay, they're not going to have that same lenience for the Seth Riders. Be real.
They're not. They hardly had lenience for Roman.
No.
Everybody was like, he should have dropped the belt, or he needs to drop it at SummerSlam. Yeah, let's have the 1,000-day reign and at SummerSlam, you fucking moron. Like, what? Fans were kicking and screaming all the way to WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, this isn't going to work till Mania. I hate to break it to Trips, but it's not going to work. It's going to happen. It's going to happen till Mania, but it's not. Fans aren't going to love it, man. And every Monday night, you're going to have to read the tweets about people not liking it. You're probably going to read my tweets. Well, at least I'm honest from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, look. I'm just keeping the same energy, bro. I've been saying this shit since he won Money in the Bank. This is a bad move.
I didn't want it. I would have rather had LA Knight. I would have rather had fucking literally everybody in that match except Seth Rollins. And it was Seth Rollins, man. But you know, it's not horrible. I'm just dreading just the same thing on Raw every time, and I'm just dreading that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, man. That is, yeah, I don't. I'll put it like this.
Okay.
If Rollins and Punk hardly has gas in the tank, or maybe it does have a lot of gas in the tank for some people, how much gas in the tank does CM Punk going up against the Seth Riders have? Because again, the group while Rollins was there, it wasn't really my favorite.
No, I didn't love it.
So it's obviously going to be a different dynamic from Punk and, just Punk and Rollins. So what are we going to get now? Punk and fucking Jey Uso every week battling the Seth Riders?
You got the Death Riders comparison. You also have like the MJF faction comparison with Seth, where it's just about Seth and his feuds, and the rest of the group at the end of the day is completely meaningless to whatever he's doing, and I feel like it's going to continue to be that way. I do hope that they do some tension with him and Braun, and I think Bronson would kind of take Braun's side in all this. They have that to fall back on, but hopefully they do something of that sort, man. But and I'm saying this right now, Jey Uso should not have fucking won at Mania. Jey Uso's world title reign after this loss for Gunther, clean, was completely pointless. Why did you do that shit with Jey Uso? That was trash. I'm sorry. That should have never happened. Ever happened. Michael Hayes, you fucker.
Yeah, we definitely have him to thank for that. Yeah, after what happened tonight, that was the first thing I said after the match ended. Like, damn. It was the Raw after Money in the Bank when Gunther won that title back, and he dropped it here. Please explain to me why we needed those, 2 months of a Jey Uso title reign?
If Jey Uso, if that was your plan to make him win at Mania, why did Gunther win it back just to lose it a month and a half later? You could have just kept Jey as champ at that point, if I'm being honest. You really could have. I would have been so less annoyed than I am right now. You just wasted another Gunther reign for no reason. Again, his first reign, he faced Priest. Who else did he face in that first reign? It was
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Damian Priest and Sami Zayn, I think.
And in his second reign, he faced Jey Uso, a commentator, and Pat McAfee, and then finally CM Punk. And that was it. Fuck. God. That's rough.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. There is a lot WWE has to do going forward to make all of this,
To keep that ship afloat.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, I do have some interesting theories about the whole main event scene tomorrow. We'll get to that when we talk about the main event tonight.
Which is, that does make me even more excited for tomorrow night.
I'm
actually so pumped for tomorrow night, which is hilarious.
So we're 46 minutes in. We've been talking to you guys for 46 minutes, but what is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing here today on this edition of your SummerSlam Saturday post-show review, man? Appreciate you guys. Appreciate your feedback. Appreciate you guys chiming in, letting us know what you think. It's definitely making me think a little bit more.
It is.
Seeing what you guys are saying, man. But with that, again, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys so very much for joining us. If this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here every Tuesday, we are on here at 12 p.m. Central with NHP Unscripted. And every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. And every pay-per-view for both WWE and AEW, we are live directly after the show with the official post-show review. If you guys did miss yesterday's edition of the news, you guys can now watch that. On all platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to stay first, join us right here live every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, man. With that being said, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can find this beautiful piece of NHP merchandise live on there as we speak, man. So with that, if this is your first time watching, guys, do not know who we are here at Notorious Heels. I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man, Sir K. Please, bro, tell us what in the world you are smiling about today, because I know it ain't SummerSlam.
It isn't SummerSlam, but it's the SummerSlam review, man. Nothing I like more coming out here with you guys, man. Love being here for these post-show reviews and talking with the show about you guys, man. You know, didn't love the show. Being honest, I really didn't like it tonight. I am pumped for tomorrow, so I'll be smiling about SummerSlam tomorrow. At least hopefully, I'm saying that now. But overall, didn't enjoy it. But here with you guys, that's what I enjoy, man. So I'm doing good. Weekend was good. Saw Fantastic Four, loved it. I thought Fantastic Four was really fucking good. I am pumped for Spider-Man after seeing, you know, all the, you know, the suit related stuff and whatnot. You know, very good, man. Very good. Love seeing all that stuff. A lot of good movies recently, and with the way, you know, wrestling television has been, that has been a great solace. But overall, like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Family's good. Life's good. I'm doing good, man. How is everybody doing in the live chat? Jack, Gotti, Logan, how is everybody doing? How's everybody doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing pretty good, bro. I'm doing pretty good, man. Chilling. Enjoyed the Gunther and Punk match.
The match
tonight.
itself was insane.
That was fucking nuts.
That was amazing.
That was a really good match. I enjoyed
There was some...
No, I didn't really enjoy it that much. We stopped lying. Yeah, I mean, it was all right, man. It was all right for what it was. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it too crazy, bro, but it was all right nonetheless. It was all right. Nothing to run home about. It was no WrestleMania 39, but it was good, man. I can't say the show was ass, or I can't say the show fucking sucked. But regardless, it wasn't. They just had to even the cards out better, in my opinion. But regardless, as Duranto his ass, I'm good. Family's good. What about you? Durante, Logan, Manager Logan,
my bad.
Bell, my man, Jack Man, and the one and only
The GOAT.
Mr. Walk 'em down and cut they shiz off.
Our boy.
Gotti.
Hey.
My brother.
Walk
How
'em
are
down.
you doing? So
That's what Bronson was doing on Monday.
he did walk him down and cut they shiz off.
He cut
for
his
sure.
shoes off. He walked him down, cut them shoes off, bro.
Bronson Reed is Mr. Walk 'em down and cut they shoes off, bro. So let's see. Gotti says tomorrow's gonna cook. I hope. I really think. I think
think
tomorrow's
so.
gonna be the better show.
Fuck yeah, they
Um,
got all the good shit tomorrow, dude.
We have the greatest of all times.
Last
SummerSlam.
R.I.P. We better not see Travis Scott. I don't think we will, but
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think that relationship's kind of cooked. But
Yeah, it's over. It's over. With.
that's all that matters at this point. As long as we don't see him, I think it's gonna be a great last SummerSlam.
Yeah, for sure. Well, looks like you guys are doing good.
That's
You
good.
guys are doing good. That is great to hear. Seems like you guys did enjoy the show, which is good, man. I'm glad
good
you
to
guys
enjoy
did.
it.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show, man. And yeah, just again for me, I wouldn't say that it just downright sucked. There was a lot on the show I just didn't care about, to be honest. And some of the things that I was like, all right, let's see what happens here, kind of rather disappointed me. So, but regardless, Gotti, I'm on the other side of the coin, brother. I really hope, and I don't think they will, because I just don't think WWE has the balls to do it. But boy, would I fucking love.
I have my theories. I don't think he will turn, unfortunately, as much as I love it.
Yeah.
I think his character will want to after the result of tomorrow night, man, because I think Cena has it, and from the vibe I get, I think he's gonna still be face, and I mean, damn, for Cody, like, damn, this guy beat me, and he's still the good guy that everyone loves. I don't know. I feel like Cody might feel, character-wise, some type of way after that, man.
That's interesting.
I
That's very interesting that you say that.
feel like this might. I don't think it's happening yet. Unfortunately, I would love it, but I think those cogs are really gonna start to turn after tomorrow.
Well, now we have to take into account what the hell happened on Friday.
That's the thing, man. Like, either
Because John, it's just so weird to me, because he basically goes ahead and buries The Rock and Travis Scott. He pretty much says,
fuck all that shit. That was ass.
he pretty much just says, I threw it all away because The Rock wanted shocking television, and we created shocking television, and everybody went home, and they left me alone. And he pretty much said, fuck him.
They abandoned me, essentially, is what he said.
Yeah.
They abandoned my heel character.
Pretty much. And so he like turns back babyface, and it would make one think, okay, he's lying. But then on the other side of the coin, Cody just seemed too cool with it.
He seemed like Cody, to me, are the vibe of like he doesn't believe it at all, and he's got his own plan. You know what I mean? And maybe that plan doesn't work. I don't know, man. I don't know. I get it. There's so many factors. Tomorrow was very, very unpredictable in that main event. It goes so many different ways, and I think I like all the possible ways it can go, if I'm being honest. It's just very curious, man, because they're going to film this movie. Roman's probably going to be gone. Cody should be gone too. Is he going to be a heel and gone filming his movie as some Hollywood asshole heel? Is Cena still going to be champion? And is Cody going to be filming this movie thinking about coming back different? Dude, there's so many factors. I'm so excited for like the story and the ending and the aftermath of the main event tomorrow. I think it could go so many ways, and I'm pumped for all the different ways it could go. Because Gunther lost tonight. Obviously, we all know that, man. And, the rumored match for Cena's last match is Gunther and Cena. So is that what's gonna happen? So is I would assume Cena is face in that scenario. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So dude, there's so many factors. I'm so excited, dude.
And honestly, bro, with the promo on Friday, when he said, I need to take this belt home so you guys don't forget about me, I goddamn near had a tear in my eye for Gunther to be the guy.
To rip that away
and
from him.
He's right at the finish line. It's the end. It's the fucking butt fuck end of December.
He's going to salute a happy goodbye.
And he's ready to take this belt home and ride off into the sunset so the fans don't forget about him. And Gunther is the fucking dickhead asshole that takes the title from him.
Just because he wants a title. He wants a title. He wants to ruin, Cena's last match and his last moment.
Come on,
That's
bro.
so perfect, dude. It's so perfect.
And who better?
Mm-hmm.
This is why you should have gave the match to Gable at Mania 40.
Yep.
But who better to take that title from Gunther
than Sami?
Than Sami Zayn.
Bro, Sami wins the Rumble. He defeats Gunther. Boom. Everybody, then at the same time, you have Punk and Sami as champions. Both of their stories complete. That's beautiful. I could shed a tear right now. I might shed a tear right now. That is fire. And all the meanwhile, Cody, as his friends are having the time of their life at Mania, he's rethinking everything. He's going through the shit. That's brewing fire right there, man. That's brewing fire. I love that.
None of this is gonna happen. None of
it's happening. It's
none
too
of this
good.
is gonna happen. This is way too fucking good. But if I had to pen, why we always come up with some shit every year?
We do,
and you got idiots like Michael Hayes
coming up with Jey Uso, bro.
What?
Why did you come up with Jey Uso, bro? This is how you swerve people. You do shit like this. Genuinely great, compelling television, man. Now we got the Seth Riders. God damn it, man. But you could take it so many directions. Really, any direction that can be taken at that main event tomorrow. I do like them all. I like Cody heel turn. I do like Cody as face right now. I think they hit a good dynamic with him. I like Cena as a heel. I like him as a face. I'm down for anything in that main event tomorrow. I really am.
Yeah, and it's like, it's again, like the promo was like, Cody could maybe just be seeing right through it. You know what I mean? But then it just, like, if you wanted to think deeper into it, if you wanted to put your tinfoil hat on, it's just like, it's interesting, man, because it's just like, okay, yeah, Cody is cool with it. Maybe he scouted Cena, but maybe he also has a plan of his own. Like Sergey said, it's
like
maybe Travis Scott's gonna come slap John Cena this time. You know what I mean? Maybe he's friends with Cody Rhodes now.
It's like maybe Cody was gonna do something anyway, and now Cena's kind of reverting his ways. Realistically, Cody should still be pissed, but usually if someone you don't like is starting to act cool with you, if you already got a way to like fuck with them, you're eating it up. You're making them eat it up that you're cool with it. So I don't know. Dude, there's so many possibilities for that main event tomorrow. Yeah, I'm pumped.
Because it's like, we know John's going to go back to a baby face, but then it also makes you second guess, because you're like, is that how he's going to do it? Like on a random ass Friday? Or
is it a ruse? But like, I don't know.
Knowing WWE, he's just going to like,
hit him with the bell.
It's going to be the lamest, like, but Cena, he's a good guy again. Oh my God, he hit Cody with a belt.
And like,
Cody hasn't scouted. Now he's a fucking champion again.
Literally, that's the thing. Like, does Cody have him scouted? Is that why he was cool with it? Or does he have a villainous plan? And the thing is, you just did the ruse with Seth Rollins being injured. Do you do another ruse back to back with Cena? That's so lazy, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I actually still like it overall.
Yeah.
But I think you could go in such cool directions tomorrow.
I'm so excited,
pumped,
bro.
I'm so pumped for tomorrow.
Yeah.
The whole night tomorrow. I'm so pumped. The whole show looks fire tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see. I'm very excited to see John and Cody again, man. That is, I'm excited to see the way the story turns.
I think Jack mentions it in the comments, like what entrance he'll have. I think if he has a super babyface entrance, that means he's swerving people. I feel like if he still does his like black and white entrance, it's still more of him just being confused and like weary about everything. I think to me, if he comes out with the black and white, he's a face. If he
Yes.
comes out with his super baby face entrance, he's still a heel. That's already my consensus.
I really hope he comes out with that black
I
and white
hope
entrance.
First of all, I love that entrance anyway, to
That
be honest.
that is absolutely one of the toughest entrances ever.
Because, like, even as a babyface, that's still just the most aura-filled entrance in the world, dude. He's got the towel, and dude, the way the title is on back, or literally the coolest entrance, dude.
And then when he gets in the ring, bro, the way he like leans on the ropes
Showing
and you
the
could just see
title.
the title, and then just says, "After this, you can't see me." Like, god
I've
damn.
never seen 17, dude. Like, it's so babyface or heel, keep that shit, because it's flames, dog. I don't care.
Just the goat,
Mhm.
greatest of all time. Hunter,
How
what
you
up,
doing,
bro?
man? How you doing?
My man, Call of Zombies.
How you been, man? You watch SummerSlam?
He's answered the call, and he's back. However, yeah, the Summer of Punk is not back.
Summer of Punk is indeed dead. Dead in the water.
Oh,
God damn.
you know, Jack, that was the entrance I thought he was going to do. That
As
one
a
night
heel.
stand. I thought he was just going to raise the title in the air and look down, but the towel hanging it
towel.
above his head, or like parallel to his head, the back of his head, while they shoot him as he walks down the ramp, and you just see the last time is now. After this, you can't see me, and then you just see the belt. That is just one of the apps. That is one of the toughest. Man, that is so tough.
It's so tough, dude. It really is, man.
Hunter says he watched the show in a movie theater. How was that?
How is that? I feel like it could be a really cool experience, like sound-wise. I feel like that'd be a really cool experience. Even though you have to hear Michael Cole at like 30,000 decibels. So I don't know how cool that might be.
Is this the final rally?
Yeah, I don't know about hearing Michael Cole on a movie theater fucking sound system, man. But overall, it actually does sound like a really cool experience.
We wanted to do that many years ago for AEW, but they only, maybe it's different now. Actually, I think it might be, because WWE partnered with like Fandango and certain like movie theaters. It might be theaters around here.
It might be.
We don't really have any Cinemarks around us. We more have like Marcus and AMC theaters around us. So like,
and I'm a Marcus guy overall.
100%, 100,000%. So like, we would go if it was at one of them, but like, obviously we have to be back to do the review.
Yeah.
So like, if the thing was 20 minutes away,
we could do it, but like, if it's a 40-minute drive, it gets excessive.
That's just doing too much.
It's just doing too much. And I'm sure, Hunter says the comments, it was sold out and people were popping. Like, that's really cool. It's basically like your own mini live audience. For us, it'd just be like the drive would just probably not be worth it.
Yeah. But I'll have to look if they had one that was, if they do them at movie theaters that are like, again, a close one to us, I would absolutely do it. The only reason we never did it was because there's no Cinemarks around here. I think the nearest Cinemark's like an hour away. Like, I'm not driving a fucking hour away to go sit in a fucking smelly ass theater with a bunch of fucking AEW fans. Like,
bunch of emo weirdos fucking watching All Out and shit.
Yeah, it's smelling like shit in that arena. So, or smelling like shit in the movie theater. So I'll have to bring some fragrances with me. But 100%. Instead of sneaking in fucking snacks, we're gonna be sneaking in deodorant,
Febreze, the whole some car air
candles, yeah, the car fresheners.
Man, my black ice around my neck like a chain, dude. You got to.
Oh man, so I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But because that does seem cool, man. That does seem cool. But regardless, let's see. We did take a look at WWE Unreal.
We did, man, and it was to me, it was half basically just introducing casual fans to pro wrestling and its overall system, and half like some interesting looking, more confused about the way certain thing is because they don't explain it further. For me, the time cutting, and you have to be off at a certain time. They never explain the why to that, and that pisses me off. Um, it's not a bad show. I really do see it as the new kayfabe. I get what people are saying. It was half of it was them hyping up their favorites. You know what I mean? It was literally half of it was just a Cody Rhodes glaze. It was, dude. You had that man putting up his Christmas tree in a suit for some reason,
Why was he chilling at home
playing with his daughter in a
in
suit.
a suit? What are you doing? Like, why you got a suit on and just chilling in the house? Like, what is going on out here, bro? Yeah, man, I did like it. Again, the beginning of it was just very like, this is what wrestling is for casual fans. So they're like explaining what gorilla position is, and like,
Yeah.
I get it, because
You gotta
you're trying to like, explain to maybe somebody that doesn't watch WWE like what, because like, again, if I go up to a random guy on the street and say, yeah, before CM Punk came out for his match, when he was hanging out in Gorilla, nobody
they're gonna look at me like, huh? He was with a gorilla.
yeah, so so I get it, but like, yeah, a lot of it, I mean, it was cool. It was cool. I'm interested to see deeper into the seasons, like if they still like just like explain everything for a casual wrestling fan. But it was cool. There was certain things that like I learned, like who necessarily is talking to who,
Like at the who's talking to the ref, like who is talking through the match, who is talking through this. It is interesting.
The writers room was interesting. The way Triple H talks
Is hilarious.
it's so funny. The way he's like, yeah, Cody's been hitting my fucking phone every day, like talking about him like he's trying to go to the club with him or something.
Somebody, he's hitting my fucking phone. Like, yeah, bro, he's the champ. You want to know what he's doing? What do you mean? What do you mean you're annoyed he wants to know what he's doing?
He's hitting my fucking phone. What was the other? The one thing that pissed me off was, so we only watched episode 1. The one thing that pissed me off in it was Bruce Pritchard.
Oh, that dude is a prick, dude. Again, I don't know how he survived all that Vince McMahon stuff, because I thought his name was also all over that.
I thought it was too.
Don't know how he survived his job. But dude, he was just being a prick, dude. He would poor Abyss, dude. That man, he had that man damn near crying.
Abyss was scary as hell in Gorilla, bro. He's like,
Sorry, man, I'm sorry.
yeah, he's like, all right, cut the Anaconda device, cut this, cut that. And he's like, he's looking over at fucking Bruce. And he's like, Bruce, hey, Bruce,
sorry,
we're going home. We're going home. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. All right,
Fade to black.
Cut this one. All right, fade to black. Hey, Bruce, we're going home. We're going home, Bruce. We're going home. I'm sorry, Bruce.
And like, nobody else gave a fuck about time other than Bruce Pritchard.
And he's just sitting there just being a complete dick. It's just kind of like, I kind of fucking like the show because it's kind of fucking funny.
It is.
Just because of moments like that. It's just like, dude, why are you being such a dick to this guy right now? Because Bruce is just standing up, mad as hell. And then after all that's over, he goes, he's like, well, it's fine, man. We only went 2.5 minutes over. Like, motherfucker, you're acting like he just went 15 minutes over. Like he went 2.5 minutes over. Like dude, shut up.
That man, Tony Khan, goes over at least 5 minutes every Dynamite, no matter what, dude. Like, what is the overrun problem?
Golly, man. It's just like, I was like, and then like, he's like walking around Gorilla and he's like apologizing to everybody, and everybody other than Bruce.
It's like,
everybody's
cool,
like,
bro.
everybody's like, no, it's cool.
It was a great match.
Everything went great.
It was
great.
William Regal was basically William Regal told him like, fuck that asshole. It was a good match.
Pretty much
is what William Regal told him, which is why he's the GOAT, dude. that man William Regal is simultaneously the most reassuring and like lock the fuck in, slap you in the face person in the world. It's hilarious, dude. He'll reassure you, but he'll slap you in the face and tell you to lock the fuck in.
Yeah, but no, I mean it was like the moments like that did make the show funny and
It did.
entertaining.
It was entertaining, and I am excited for the rest of the episodes.
I'm very excited. Oh, bro, the fucking shit with The Rock. You guys know we love to laugh here. We spend half of these fucking podcasts just laughing with you guys about shit. But if you guys know we love to laugh about anything, it is Dwayne The Rock Johnson, bro.
That man
walking around telling everybody he sees, carrying the company, man, carrying the company. Like, bro, Dwayne, who is carrying this company, bro?
You told that to Rhea. You told that to Cody. You told that to Roman. You told that to Jay.
Who is carrying the company, bro?
Carrying the fucking company, man.
He's telling Punk, he's like, hey, man, do you need anything? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, other than redirect somebody else to give him what he needs?
Didn't he say, like, you need anything? You need a water? What the fuck? You could get him a water?
You gonna run to catering for him in your fucking Versace vest and get him a water?
Punk needs a fucking water.
Rock is fucking hilarious, but I cannot wait for
Cena?
I cannot wait for that one.
I don't want to see into the Cena stuff yet, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I might just watch it because I know I'm gonna get spoiled on social media. I know I'm just gonna get spoiled on social media, bro. So I might end up just fucking watching the shit. But like, because I already see so many clips that I have to like speed, and it says on Netflix there's gonna be more episodes this year, so I'm sure they're gonna show more Cena stuff, and then more shit's just gonna get spoiled. So
yeah.
I'll probably just end up watching it. I'm very excited for like any Rock related stuff. I'm also very excited for what is that? The Jey Uso stuff.
Oh.
I cannot wait to see Michael Hayes, because I already know what fucking happens. I've never seen it. I've only heard about it. I want to see him so bad be the only dork in that room. How about Jey Uso?
They all just go, you know what? That's gonna be different. And then, oh, dude, I know I'm gonna be so annoyed, but it's gonna be hilarious, dude.
I also thought the Rhea Ripley shit was cool. I like how she talked
She's
a little
awesome.
bit about like her anxiety and stuff, like just certain stuff she deals with before matches and stuff, and like, there was a clip of her going over some shit with Damian Priest, and he does not pay attention to a fucking thing she said. I remember she's like telling him what they're gonna do in the match, and he's literally just standing there like this.
And he was basically like, can't do everything. He basically told her like less is more in her match.
God, bro. Dude, when Rhea Ripley uttered those words, man, I'm an even bigger fan of hers, bro. She was talking about, in this business, less is more.
She really, dude.
If only your bosses fucking knew that.
Can you tell that to Triple H and TKO? That less is more?
Please tell them. Cause fuck. However, yeah, that was just my thoughts on Unreal. I liked it. Again, the Bruce Pritchard shit kind of just pissed me off. I was just like, this guy's a fucking asshole. But it was entertaining. It's wrestling for casual fans, but some of the backstage clips is like, they are quite hilarious. The Rock was killing me, bro.
I love that man, dude. He's something else, dude. You're carrying the fucking company, man.
Thank you, Rhea. Thank you for everything. Scary the company, everyone. And he like announces it to like, who is standing back there? Like, who was he looking at saying that to? Like the hairdresser?
The makeup lady.
Yeah.
Makeup lady was like, okay. I don't care.
Fucking Rock, bro. All right, let's actually talk about SummerSlam.
Now here's the unfun part.
Night one. Jack says, would you be mad if Rock ends up being Cena's final match? Yes.
Yeah, just because he didn't show up and he won't show up afterwards.
Yes, that would be incredibly selfish of the man. He's been incredibly selfish his entire career.
Oh, yeah.
So
try to take over DC and fails.
Oh, God. So, the first match on the show was Yeet TC versus the Bronze, the Tribal Thief, the owner of the Shula Fala, and Braun Breaker, and the Oracle.
Every
Paul
2
Heyman.
fucking seconds in that match, Oracle Paul Heyman. Like, okay, I get it. You played Arkham Knight recently. He's the Oracle. I get it. God damn.
Oh, man. Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. So, this match was decent. This match was decent. It started off. It started. I don't even want to say it started off slow. But I mean, it started. Yeah, I mean, it started off pretty good, man. This match wasn't really too bad.
It wasn't bad.
Bronson came out wearing the shoes around his neck, which he didn't come out at the end of the night wearing them. So, like, did Roman get his shoes back? Because if he did, that's really bogus to steal a man's shoes. I don't know why he would do Bronson Reed like that. That's really mean. Really mean to steal his shoes from him. However, if Bronson Reed, he should make that a thing.
He should. He should really be Mr. Walk 'em down, cut their shoes off.
He should be.
He should just be robbing folks of whatever they're wearing.
Yes, this match. Jey Uso, maybe about 3 minutes into the match, decides to run it back. And he starts getting on the top rope and yeeting. And Roman Reigns is trying not to break character too hard.
Oh, he was laughing his ass off, dude. He's talking about.
He's like he doesn't go on the top rope himself. And he's trying not to break his aura, but he's like standing in the corner with Jay, and he's like doing like this.
He's doing his little. This shit was hilarious, dude.
And then while that was happening, Braun and Bronson pull Roman out of the ring and start whooping his ass. So Jey Uso comes outside with a cross body onto all three of them. Braun hits a clothesline to Roman Reigns on the announce table. That jumping clothesline that he does from the ring apron onto the announce table.
A lot of people think that's what did it for his leg.
I was just going to say, I do not know how smart it is to do that move because Braun was walking around with a bit of a limp. Apparently, he was carried to the back, and then you seen him come out at the end of the night with tape around his knee. His knee was heavily taped. So, he did another version of that later in the match where he comes running around the ring with a jumping clothesline.
And he was like able to like tuck his legs completely over the desk, which is like the good way to do it. But like that move's kind of too risky. You kind of always have the risk of just bumping your knees straight on the fucking desk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're running a very, very risky move right there. Again, you are just essentially just rushing all of your body weight to potentially
just get kneed
for your knees to just full speed hit the corner of a fucking table. So I don't really think that move is good to do. And I think again he did another version of it in this match that was just as fine. So there was that. Braun then hit a gorilla press down and dropped down with both of his knees up to Jey Uso. He then went to hit Roman with that running clothesline, but this time he ran around the ring instead of jumping from the ring apron, and he jumped. And as he went to clothesline, Roman moved and Braun got sent over the table. Jey Uso then went to hot tag. Jey Uso went to hot tag Roman Reigns and got intercepted out of the air by Breaker. Roman Reigns hit that like tope dive he used to do all the time where he like just launches himself over the top rope. I don't think he anticipated to jump as far as he did. I think he thought, earlier into his age, he wouldn't be able to jump as far as he did. He got some serious fucking hang time on that.
He did, dude. I think it was very obvious that he went way farther than he thought he was gonna go, and you could just see the panic on his face right before he tucked his head. Still insanely impressive, man, that he could go that far.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, Roman is a true professional because he tucked his head right at the right moment and he basically did like a fucking front flip over the top like Taker used to do. So Roman hit that. Bronson Reed a little bit later in the match then did a suicide dive of his own. Bronson would clothesline Roman Reigns over the announce table. Breaker would go for his run around the ring spear, which got met by a Superman punch. And then Roman speared him through the barricade. He speared him through the barricade. As both of those guys were down, Bronson Reed, or right after that, Bronson attacked Roman, and then he went to hit Jay with a tsunami just for him to get Superman punched off the top rope to then be hit by a 1D by Jay and Roman for a Braun Breaker breakup. Braun fucking Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, he's standing in the ring and he's getting mad. And early in the match, he took his singlet straps down. And he's getting so fired up, and his face is getting, he's getting tomato red. And he's getting angry. He puts the singlet straps back on just to take them right back off.
Dude, Braun is hilarious, and just how he is, dude. That moment was fucking hilarious. Bro, put the straps back on just to take them off again, just to feel the moment. I respect it.
Hilarious. He goes for a spear on Uso. But what do you know? Roman Reigns pushes Jey Uso out of the way and takes a spear for him.
Look at that, man. He took the sacrifice, man. He did something selfless. Look at that, man. Look at that. Is that so hard to do? Trips? Was that so hard?
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool, man. That was very shocking. Again, that was genuinely cool when I seen that, bro. Because how many times have we heard that all the bloodline do is take bullets for Roman Reigns? And here, this was like the first bit of responsibility
that
I fucking ever think I've seen Roman take.
And it was like a bit of a thank you to Jay. Is like, I'll take this one. Like all the shit you took from me, I'll take this one. That was really dope to see.
Very cool. Very cool to see. So Roman gets speared. Jay throws Braun out of the ring, hits a spear on Bronson Reed, hits a Uso splash on Bronson Reed, and pins Bronson Reed clean. And the mighty fall.
Yeah. Especially with what happened in the main event. Why didn't these two win? Jay could have easily took that pin. If anything, the real Booker would have done it. Roman would have took the pin against Braun. But with how safe Triple H is, Jay could have easily took the pin, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't love the fact that they lost.
I did not love that either. I thought Braun should have pinned Roman. I thought that would have been really cool. But yeah, so where we go from here, I'm not too sure. I guess Roman goes back on vacation, or like whatever ends up happening with Roman and Rollins now.
Like, where does that go now? Because from what we know, after this weekend, Roman's gonna be gone. So is he gonna come back and be beefing with Rollins? Is I'm assuming Roman's gonna be a part of the Survivor Series team, but I is he? I don't know. I don't know.
I would have either been okay with Braun pinning Roman or Roman pinning Braun.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better outcome if I'm being honest.
Yeah, because again, here, especially with Rollins coming back later in the night, that obviously doesn't do Bronson Reed no favors. He's back with Seth Rollins, and he took the pin earlier in the night.
Yeah.
So he took the pin earlier in the night, and he has to
go back to no personality.
Yeah, he has to go back to standing there. But like Logan says, they were always going to play it safe. Yes, they were.
Yeah, WWE.
They definitely were always going to pin it safe. But yeah, it's interesting because I said it yesterday. I think this is going to end up being our Mania match. I think it's going to be Roman versus Braun. I see Jack saying the same thing.
Yep.
I feel the same exact way. I think it's going to be one of those two. One of those two should have pinned each other. You could have either had the OG and Roman Reigns wanting his lick back on Braun Breaker come Mania season, or you could have did the other thing and have Braun Breaker going after the older Roman Reigns looking to prove a point.
Yeah, exactly. To not let that loss that he took to him stick with him forever and wanting to squash that shit right then.
Yeah. So one of the two should have happened. Paul Heyman, and this is what got me scared for earlier in the night, Paul Heyman left ridiculously soon. He left very, very, very soon. He left very soon, and with doing what they did, man, I can really tell that, especially like the first couple weeks off Money in the Bank, after Money in the Bank, Rollins was not featured heavy like we're used to him being featured. I really think this whole injury angle was put in place to, not forget about him, but forget about him. Hide him in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because obviously they're still going to walk around with the briefcase, and they want you to know, but at the same time, they want you to forget about it. And I think that's what they went for here, which they did a good job.
They did do a good job in that.
And yeah, afterwards, the Brawns kind of just stared off, and they just sat by the announce tables and looked sad.
Yeah.
As I was a bit sad for them, and now I'm even more sad for them because Rollins is back.
Most definitely, man. Very, very concerned. I hope come these upcoming weeks on Raw, they could keep their personality, and Seth can keep his. I hope they could all have personality all at the same time. Don't know how much trust Triple H to do that, but that's what I'm hoping for on Raw, man. Overall, the match was fine. Didn't love the ending. Thought they could have booked it a lot better. But the match was bad, and very, very scared to see how Raw is going to go for these guys.
There you go. I also forgot to mention there was a opening video promo from Drewski. And then I don't know, he was saying something about how he was gonna be in the action or something. I certainly hope not. And then Cardi B was the host. She welcomed everybody to SummerSlam, and that's pretty much about all we've seen from her. So
yeah, I don't. Classic WWE. The show doesn't start until 15 minutes in. And, they got to play their 5-minute promo package of just SummerSlam itself. And then they got to do this and do that. And so much fluff, man, to cut time for one of the matches later.
For sure. So, yeah, that was the opening match, man. I thought the match was good. It definitely picked up a lot towards the middle of the match. The ending sequence wasn't really a huge fan of Jey Uso kind of packing up my guy Bronson Reed like that, but
No.
but I am glad that these two, the Brawns, were in this spot to begin with.
Exactly.
The women's tag team titles. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus the Judgment Day.
What do you say, man? What do you say, dog?
It was shocking, I guess. Not kind of. I wouldn't say shocking. It was kind of just like, oh,
I didn't think they were
it
gonna
happened
lose
already.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna lose yet. Which is gonna be more Judgment Day tension on Raw. Yay. And then Charlotte and Alexa are champ now. I'm sure they'll be champs for a little bit. Tensions will start to rise. They're gonna lose the titles, blame it on each other. Boom. Mania match between those two. I feel like that's what we're getting with those two, but this happened, I guess, man. I mean, I think that's the whole consensus to this match right there.
Yeah, I think the best outcome for this is you can eventually get Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair feuding over the women's U.S. title.
I think that's the goal at Mania, to be honest.
I could maybe even see the Wyatt Six corrupting Alexa Bliss.
And like Charlotte, feeling some type of way. No, Alexa, be robotic, don't be demonic. Maybe she's gonna try something like that, man.
I trusted you as my friend,
and my friend, and you betrayed me. But I'm just annoyed we're gonna get more Judgment Day tension.
On the Judgment Day side of things, yes, that is all this match equals. This means Finn Balor is gonna be giving them one of these on Monday.
He's gonna be
giving him the old side eye,
and he's gonna fake smile, say everything's gonna be all right. You guys are gonna get it back. And the most generic Judgment Day shit ever.
Yeah, he's gonna rub it in their face. Well, guys, look on the bright side. Me and JD are still champs. Ha ha ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Where's your titles? He's gonna fucking.
What would Liv think? Oh man. Hey Dom, do you talk to Liv?
How about you talk to Roxanne?
Yeah, look at
Make
Roxanne.
her feel better.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be. Cheer her up. She lost, man. Dom, cheer her up. It's gonna be the most generic Judgment Day shit ever, man. And with the Seth Riders back, ooh, Raw might be rough, man.
Hey, bro. What is carrying Raw at this point? They don't feature Karrion Kross. Fucking Seth is the world champion. Fuck.
Women. Naomi, Stephanie.
Oh, yes.
That's the best part about Raw, easily.
Isn't there something else good on Raw?
I think there is something with the men that I do really like. I don't remember.
Is it Sheamus and Rusev?
That's really good. That's a good underlying piece to it. It's always the most random, actually technically not important things that are always the best thing. Good God.
Tell me, man, New Day isn't the best part about Raw?
No, I can't stand the New Day right now.
Logan says Seth is champ is gonna carry so hard.
Carry what? Me to sleep? Probably. But
man, I'm getting tired of thinking about that I'm getting tired just thinking about that for another 8 months.
Welcome to Monday Night Rollins, man. Last 10 years he's been here. CM Punk hasn't.
Took money from the competition.
I told him that he was never going to be world champion as long as I was here.
He's a hypocrite.
He's a hypocrite. I planned all of this. I am the visionary. I envision this. He is the oracle. He's here. It's good, dude. Oh, I'm dreading Raw, dude. I am. I can't lie.
I took your best friend.
Yeah, I took your best friend.
Now he's hugging me from behind.
Why did he hug him from behind at the end of that match, bro? Why was he sliming him out like that?
I don't know what I don't know what type of timing Paul was on, bro. Why was he hugging Seth like that?
Looking up at him like what? you looking up at him, bro? Like, that's kind of crazy.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. I mean, I love. Don't get me wrong. I love.
Seth's great, but
I love Seth. I really do. But
I don't
man,
really love what he's doing right now, if I'm being honest.
just not excited for another world title reign.
Oh,
I'm not excited for it. I love the guy. I really
he's
do.
great in himself, but I don't love what they're doing with him.
That title is not that title without him. But
Oof.
but
I want it
yeah,
on someone else. You know?
yeah, for sure. However, yeah. So, um, yes, Judgment Day feud is Judgment Day feuding,
It's
Judgment Day turmoil.
It's gonna heat up more tension in the Judgment Day, and they're gonna, these two, Charlotte and Bliss are gonna be celebrating on SmackDown for a while. So,
Like, bro, just hand me the pillow.
dead ass, dude.
Just fucking hand me the pillow.
I'm gonna have to see I'm gonna have to see Pete Dunne as El Grande on Monday. I'm gonna have to see fucking.
That's pretty fire.
Dude,
You know what's fire, bro? The New Day and Big G, Grayson Waller. That's really what's been carrying Mondays for me.
It's so fucked, dude. What is wrong?
This show was so fucking great a year ago.
A year ago it was Flames, and now it's fucking the New Day, and still the Judgment Day, and the Seth Riders, and oh man, it's a rough show. I can't lie.
So yeah, that's what Monday's looking like for the Judgment Day. More dirty looks, more turmoil with the Judgment Day. As for Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, I've been liking their team a lot.
Oh,
Actually, I this is some of the most. This is some of the more better character work I think I've ever seen Charlotte do. From just a character standpoint, normally she's
just wanting a championship.
She's just going after a fucking title. So the fact that she's actually like dabbling into like an actual story and like trying to make something out of a story, I'm may I say I'm proud of her.
Oh yeah, she actually has like an interesting dynamic with somebody that I want to see, and I like what she's been doing, man. So I'm actually glad they won.
For sure. So yeah, Alexa Bliss accidentally punched Charlotte Flair right in the face during this match. Judgment Day would take care of Alexa and then hit Charlotte Flair with a Tejana bomb and a Pop Rocks for an Alexa Bliss breakup of the pin. Alexa Bliss was going to hit Sister Abigail on rocks, and they did a cool little camera angle where it maybe looked like Charlotte was going to big boot Alexa Bliss right in the face as Alexa Bliss had Roxanne in Sister Abigail position. She then ran past Alexa and hit Raquel Rodriguez with a big boot, and Alexa Bliss then hit Sister Abigail that she already had set up on Roxanne, and they won the titles to an actually pretty decent pop, man. So I like these two as a team, like I said, and it's the women's tag titles, bro.
It doesn't matter either way.
I would say I'm glad they're off the Judgment Day because, anybody reasonable would maybe say, okay, maybe the end of the group is upon us, but we all know it's
2
not.
years.
Yes, we have.
And yeah, I like the match. I like the ending. The ending shot kind of, it's not to the same like level of aura as that moment, but it did remind me of the Wyatt and Roman finish where Wyatt was hitting the Sister Abigail pointed, and then Roman did the spear. Kind of remind me of that moment.
I love that.
One of my favorite moments. But it was a really cool ending to the match, and I do like the team of Bliss and Charlotte.
Yeah. Afterwards, we got a Papa John's ad where the Monday night catering crew was in the back. It was like Grayson Waller and the New Day, Alpha Academy, no Otis, just Tozawa and Maxine, and then
good old Dragon Lee.
And yeah, the LWOs, Dragon Lee, and Joaquin and Raul, or what's it, Cruz?
Berto and oh wait, no, they're in the other group,
that's,
right?
LDF Legato.
Oh yeah, I forget.
So, Look, man, we got a really wholesome ad here.
Wholesome.
Where very wholesome, where Nikki Bella, they were all fighting over the last slice of pizza, and Nikki Bella came in
With the clutch, and everyone had their own personal pizza.
She
There you
brought
go.
she brought 3 pizzas, bro.
They
Be
were gonna
homies with Nikki Bella.
Exactly. They were all gonna fight for the last slice of that Papa John's, man. But she came in clutch with the personal pan pizzas for everybody. So, you know, gotta love it.
There you go.
Good old New Day. That's what they're doing.
Yep. 9 months ago, they had one of the fucking coolest like heel turns
ever
imaginable,
and it fucking now means absolutely nothing.
Failure. Big E has more momentum than them sitting on a fucking post-show panel.
He literally does. People love Big E on that post-show panel.
He's really good.
He's really good in it. He has more momentum on a post-show panel than the New Day does as a tag team. Good Lord.
So yeah, in the next match, we have
the RIP match.
See, this is just so weird because WWE's actively promoting Karrion Kross's book on the pre-show. So, like, that would make one think, like, you know, they wouldn't really be promoting this guy if they weren't going to keep him, right? But then they go and do this shit.
Where he just gets packed up and fucking Sami Zayn just moves on, dude. I don't know. You know, they both had the thing of, you know, if you lose, I say I was wrong. If you lose, you say I was right. They all that. Cross didn't say a single "you were right." Didn't even like. Sami Zayn didn't even give him like the attempt to say it, and like Cross like just dips out. Nothing. He lost, and Sami just left. It was the most deuces goodbye shit I've ever seen, dude. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll see Cross much after this. I don't know if he's still here. I don't know if he's not. I don't know. They don't give me any indication with Cross.
Logan says Cross will be saying it Monday, so that will be interesting.
Yeah, we had something interesting on the show at least.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see. So I'm excited for that. But you could see them kind of talking to each other afterwards. So I wonder if that was like something that had to do with like the story, or I wonder if they were talking to each other in character, or like
just real life dudes talking to each other, probably.
Yeah, just like talking to each other about the fucking match.
Sorry, bro, you got to get packed up. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, bro. Just bury me softly, brother. So
you got me, brother.
The feud looks to be over.
It does.
And WWE did not give Karrion Kross one fucking win the whole feud. That's just great.
And like, if he's still here, well, where does he go from here in this company after this feud? What does he do? Who does he target next? He lost everything here, so I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost as well at what in the blue hell he does going forward. Yeah, don't know who he feuds with. I don't know what happens. But honestly, man, I do think he's gonna stay with the company.
I have that feeling. I'm very curious to see what he's gonna be doing.
Yeah, I can't necessarily say they're really going to use him. You know, I can hope, because I really want the guy to be used, but again, I do think he's going to stay with the company, man, but I don't know they're going to use him to the fullest that they should.
Exactly. I do think they overall will keep him, but just what are we going to see him doing? He's going to show up, do his little shtick, and that's all they're going to allow him to do, man, and that's going to be unfortunate because he's a bowl of talent that I think is worth it. A lot of people don't like him because he's some super horrible wrestler to them. I've seen so much worse than Karrion Kross. I don't know why people say he's like the worst wrestler ever. I don't get that consensus. I have seen so much worse, dude. So much worse. He's not bad. He does his job in the ring. I think, that's enough for the quality of his character. I just have no idea what they're gonna have him do.
Yeah. So Kross grabs the Kross grabs Kross grabs the lead pipe.
You laughing?
He grabs the lead pipe and he Kross grabs the lead pipe and he goes to hit him he goes to hit Sammy in the stomach with it, and he misses it. Sammy hits a blue thunder bomb for a near fall on Kross. Sammy is then getting angry, and Scarlett hands him the lead pipe. Sammy would then be rolled up by Kross for a near fall. Kross would go after the roll up. Kross would go to attack him in the corner and would get hit with a exploder and a haluva kick.
Packed him up.
And he packed him up in 8 minutes.
Well, they had a minute longer than the next match, but oh man, I'm very concerned for what Kross is going to be doing after this, man. If he's still here, I think he'll just be there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
hopefully they do something greater with him. I think they should. I think he's a great character. I just hope so, man.
Man. Like I said, dude, it's just like I want to see the guy used. I do want to see him stay with the company. And like I said, I think he will, man. I just have a strong feeling Karrion Kross may ending up like Dolph Ziggler.
I think they're gonna R-Truth him, man. I think they're gonna re-sign him just to not look like assholes, and then they're just not really gonna use him.
I don't even want to say Dolph. I'll say somebody like Zack Ryder.
Ooh, yeah.
Because Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, was always somebody that the fans loved.
Mm-hmm.
Always somebody that the fans wanted to see. The fans connected to him. He was over as fuck. And they just don't use him because of reasons.
Literally, because he's over, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so Karrion Kross is pretty much was given virtually no fucking tools to succeed, got over, and they still don't reward that because it's not their plan.
Good old WWE, man. Never fails.
Yeah, so I don't know what's next for Kross. Sammy, after the match, tells Kross we're done, and Kross kind of smiled at him. He kind of gave him a nod, if you will. So I'm interested to see what happens with these two Monday, and yeah, really, like I said, man, really hope Karrion Kross does end up staying with the company, because it would really be a shame if they let somebody like him go.
It would. I think it would.
So yeah, that was that, and now we have an official word from our sponsor here at Notorious Heels, man. W Energy. W is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula that is sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings, with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Truly. Always got to shout out W, whether work, workout, whatever you may need the energy for, man. Raw's coming up, and we're going to have Seth Riders, we're going to have Judgment Day. You might be falling asleep like I will. So, if you want to stay up, you want to have energy, and you don't want the jitters, try W, because you'll have all that, and it'll taste good all at the same time.
There you go, man. So as always, shout out to the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels. As always, thank you to the great people over at W.
This match, the the crazily cut match.
My God.
This match was fucking really good, and they fucking just cut it.
WWE are absolutely hilarious, bro. They
They're
are
so hilarious.
absolutely hilarious sometimes. You mean to tell me Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton were not even worth 10 minutes? They were only worth 7 minutes to WWE.
Dog,
This is your Queen of the Ring winner.
like, I don't know the thought process. Like, WWE shows are always filled with so much fluff, dude. You got the opener where you get fucking 6 minutes of them talking about the first 2 night Summerslam, and it's been 38 consecutive SummerSlams and over 400 WWE superstars combined on the shows, and you're doing all this shit. You open, you got Cardi B out there, and you do this, and half the time, if it's certain shows, you're doing the Pledge of Allegiance for some reason, like it's the fucking Super Bowl. You're doing all this fluff, and you have to cut time for the what the show is, wrestling. You cut that part. Don't understand, man. This show ended at 8:30, and you're cutting time for matches, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it, because there was obviously time cut, especially near the end. They were quite literally running to their spots. It was so unfortunate for them, because they were putting on a good ass match. They were, and I was very shocked by the ending. But you couldn't give them 3 more minutes at the least.
This was criminal what they did to these ladies tonight, man. In my honest opinion, bro, again, if you wanted them to have something short and sweet, you mean to tell me they're not even worth 10 minutes? They were only worth 7? The women's world title match got 7 fucking minutes.
Would you give Rhea Ripley or Bianca 7 minutes? No, you would fucking not. So why are you giving them if they were champion, you wouldn't be giving them 7 minutes. Why are you giving these two 7 minutes, man? I don't get it.
No, they absolutely would not, under any circumstances, even fathom giving Rhea Ripley or Bianca Belair 7 minutes. And again,
you don't gotta give them 30.
Okay,
you just give them 10.
Dude. Okay, maybe you don't trust Jade Cargill, maybe you don't trust Tiffany Stratton to have a longer match, but I didn't fucking say have them go a 60-minute Iron Man match. I'm saying 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 13, 14, 15 minutes.
Something, dude. 7 minutes.
7 minutes for the women's world title match, the one that was put in place by your Queen of the Ring 2025 winner.
The Queen of the Ring winner had a 7-minute match for her title match, and it was the second best match on the show. It was like, what? I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. And I'm not mad at the ending. I'm just very confused, man, because just the fact, again, she won Queen of the Ring, and she got packed up. Crazy work.
The match started with a pump kick and a swanton. Early on in the match, Jade catches Tiffany in her in her handspring backflip, her tumble elbow in the corner. She then is on the outside, flips over Tiffany's back, hits her with a super kick and an Eye of the Storm for a near fall. Tiffany Stratton goes to go for the prettiest moonsault ever. Jade gets the feet up, hits Tiffany. Jade then hits a Jaded on Tiffany, and rolls her back for a pin, but she rolled her back so far her foot was on the rope.
And I get the spot they were going for. I don't think they accounted for how short, Tiffany is compared to Jade, because Jade literally had to lumber her leg on the rope, very obviously, to get the spot, which what they went for was cool and was fine, but like, dog, should have had them just go a little bit closer to the rope to do it, man. I don't think they took the height into factor there.
Not one bit. Tiffany hit her cartwheel Alabama slam. She went to go for the prettiest moonsault ever. Jade countered it and was setting up for a jaded off the top rope. Tiffany, as they were going down for the jaded, flipped through, so Jade landed on her face, and Tiffany hit the prettiest moonsault ever for the victory.
Just like that. Just packed her up.
I thought Tiffany should have won anyways. That's not what I was shocked by at all.
No. It was...
Again, I personally thought Tiffany should have won. I don't think Jade is ready for a championship. And this match, I don't know how she works against other people, but this match wasn't half bad. It was actually one of the better matches on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is a testament to how great both of these women are or how bad the rest of the show was. I don't know. I don't know what that is a testament to, but to me, this was one of the better things on the show. But still, even at that, I don't think Tiffany, I don't think it was Tiffany's time to lose the title, and no. I just don't think Jade is ready for a championship. Maybe she'll be there by the time we get to Mania, but my thing was, why was there no, Bianca Belair costing her the match, or Bianca Belair asking, Bianca Belair accidentally costing her the match, by accident to kind of spark some beef between them before you send both of them to Raw where Naomi is. It's just, to me, it just so just shocked me, because I'm like, oh, okay, you just beat her clean. Okay, like there was no tension with Bianca. There was no nothing. There was literally no nothing, man. And from what we heard, Bianca is pretty much good to go, and she's gonna be back. And she's gonna be back as soon as Friday is what we heard. Yeah. So I figure she's good to go. I don't know why WWE wouldn't do something like that to add a little bit of something intriguing to this night.
Literally, I don't know why they didn't go with that. Backing Jade up, your Queen of the Ring winner, clean like that is kind of bold to me. Again, I did overall want Tiffany to win. I think it's kind of questionable to have Jade lose in that regard. Kind of wild to me. I think you really should have done some involvement with Bianca, because I think they are still going to be involved overall. So I'm very curious to see where this goes from here, man. I don't know how her and the Bianca, beef continues or really kicks up. Maybe Bianca, gets a title shot next, and I don't know, maybe she's going to be real close, and maybe it's going to be Jade accidentally costing her. Maybe. I that's the only real way I could think of this going next, but it's interesting, man. It's interesting. I did not expect a clean victory like that, and it was great. I actually really liked the match. I was just shocked it was clean like that. I did not expect that, and I think they should have got at least 3 more fucking minutes to make it a 10-minute match.
Yeah, especially because half the time it looked like they were rushing to get to their next spot.
And all I could think after watching, WWE Unreal is just fucking Bruce Pritchard back there looking like a prick, wanting them to cut time in this match. That's all I was picturing.
All right, ladies, you got 10 minutes with entrances. They were like, with entrances.
Yeah.
So by the time everybody got down to the ring, there was probably only about 5 minutes left, and they probably went about 2 minutes and 5 seconds over, and Bruce Pritchard is back there about to blow a fucking gasket, even though the show ended at 8:30. So, but yeah, man, I don't know. Again, this to me was actually really good. I actually really enjoyed it, and yeah, I do not understand why. I do not understand why they didn't at least give these two ladies at fucking least 3 more minutes. At the very least. 10 or 12 minutes, man. Just so everything didn't feel rushed. Because what they were doing was good. The spots they were doing were good.
They were just running to him. They didn't get a time to sell between the spots.
Exactly. So, so yeah, that was that. Like I said, man, very confusing. No involvement with Bianca. No nothing.
No, literally nothing.
Where this goes from here, I am about as clueless as you can be. So, yeah. And the next match was Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Sorry, Jack. I'm
sorry.
I'm gonna shit on this. Listen.
Jelly Roll was Undertaker was talking up
as if this man was moving, dude.
He was talking this up as if he was talking this up as if Jelly Roll was Logan Paul.
Exactly.
He was like talking. He's like, yeah, you know, people are really gonna be shocked with what Jelly Roll's got in his bag.
The way that Triple H talks about Logan Paul is how Taker was talking about Jelly Roll. You know, Taker every fucking media scrimmage. You know, this guy shouldn't be as good as he is at what he's doing here. Literally every media scrimmage says that exact sentence about Logan Paul, and that's what Taker was saying about Jelly Roll. And that was the most generic, learned 4 moves, was able to kind of do shit I've ever seen. I don't get the hype up for Jelly Roll. You know, him talking about, you know, his weight loss journey, that was actually really cool. That was nice. I hope everything goes well for him in that. But in terms of, you know, being on screen and wrestling, that was the most pointless fucking shit I've ever had to sit through. That should have been cut in the boardroom, let alone on the show.
They got 17 minutes.
They got 17 minutes, and you gave your women's world champion 7.
You see, yeah, I mean, again, outside of like just very, very basic maneuvers.
Yeah. He was able to do like 4 basic things.
Yeah, I mean, he was pulling off the basic stuff. I mean, he was doing that, but I mean, again, he wasn't like the way this was talked up as if
Logan Paul.
Yeah, I mean, the way this was talked up as if, you know, this guy is like is gonna be like some secret demon in the ring is just not what it was.
They said they were talking like he was about to move like 2022 Eddie Kingston or something, man. I don't know what they were talking about, man. I don't get it.
But yeah, that is like I said, not really nothing to run home about. However, I was very entertained watching Jelly Roll square up with Drew McIntyre.
He was bitching him, dude. McIntyre was cooking that.
McIntyre was having so much fun whooping this dude's ass, bro. Like, and another thing about Jelly Roll that is so funny to me, he always looks like he's gonna fucking cry. Like his mean guy face is like a frown. And you can see his eyebrows go down, and then you like see him frown. He's like,
he's like so sad, dude. It's hilarious, man. Fucking Drew was grabbing him by his neck and fucking yelling in his face and just being a dick, dude. And yeah, that part was funny, man. I love Drew. But then at the same time, I was looking at Drew and I was thinking about last year. And I was thinking about us talking about this year. And it just made me angry.
Oh, man.
Good Lord. They had Drew McIntyre in the Celebrity Jelly Roll match.
Ugh. God. Early in the match, Jelly Roll hit a jelly strut.
Jelly strut.
And he hit an elbow drop. And it looked like something that I used to do on the trampoline back in my heyday. Later in the match, because there was a lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Jelly Roll, he's doing his fucking crying face again. He's all sad because he wants to tag Orton in because Drew tagged in, and he doesn't want to fight Drew. And he runs back and he gets in Drew McIntyre's face. Drew McIntyre grabs him by his throat and starts fucking yelling in his face.
Oh, dude, he grabbed him by his throat.
Oh my god!
Just yelling in his face, dude. It was great.
Oh, he then headbutts Jelly. He gives Jelly Roll a Glasgow kiss, and they then do a spot where Logan Paul frog splashes Jelly Roll on and through the announce table.
Logan's always good at that spot.
He is. Drew McIntyre even gave him the Claymore countdown, and I don't think Logan Paul knew what that was because it took him like a solid 2 or 3 seconds after the countdown before he jumped.
I was gonna say he did the cool countdown, and then that's when Logan Paul smashed a prime like Stone Cold, and then he did his spot. So it's like, thanks, bro, thanks. He tried to make it look cool, and you did your own thing.
So Jelly Roll is being helped to the back by all the medical officials in WWE, and he's crying and he's leaving, and he opts to come back to try to save his boy Randy Orton. And Drew McIntyre claymores Jelly Roll. He then gets RKO'd by by Randy Orton. Logan then jumps in the ring and throws Orton out and hits a frog splash on Jelly Roll for the victory.
Damn.
So Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre pick up the victory against Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. And this can only mean one thing.
It means what you said, dude.
This is either going to be at WrestleMania 42 or Saudi Arabia in January is going to love the idea of this on the Royal Rumble undercard.
That is true. I could see Rumble undercard too. But we're getting a one-on-one with Logan Paul and Jelly Roll. Good Lord.
I don't
just
know.
Put it on Royal Rumble.
I don't know. I guess they're really trying to test Logan Paul. They're really trying to see if he's a ringleader.
That's a hell of a test, man. I don't know if I would even conduct that test. I don't even think he deserves that test, man. But yeah, this was the obligatory celebrity match, and it was about as pointless as they could ever be, dude. So much fluff you could have cut. You cut Tiffany and Jade instead. Yeah, this doesn't do anything for me, man. It really didn't. I'm not really impressed. I'm not really shocked with how I don't care.
Yeah, to me the peak of this match was Drew McIntyre
bitching him,
grabbing Jelly Roll by his throat and yelling in his face. There was also a part in this match where Jelly Roll's hung up on the second rope. And Drew McIntyre is just rocking him back and forth, and he's just going back and forth on the rope, just getting choked by Drew McIntyre. But bro, I'm telling you, man, when he grabbed him by the throat and started yelling at him, dude, oh, that was so funny, man. That was so funny seeing those two in the ring together. But damn, Drew McIntyre fought CM Punk last year at SummerSlam.
Now he's fucking facing Jelly Roll. Good lord.
My God.
What happened?
And yeah, that was that match.
That was literally night one up until this point right here. And we got this masterpiece of a fucking main event. Whole night was just a bunch of random fuckery for the most part. And then we got a master class and then two of the best in the business. What the fuck was this night, dude? We get the GOAT Gunther and we get the all-time GOAT in Punk. What the fuck? And it was great. It lived up to everything I hoped it was, dude.
Gunther and CM Punk
Man,
was so good.
it was exactly what it should have been. And it was perfect, man. They were beating the life out of each other, man. Their chests were literally bloody red, dude. It was perfect. He even ran the blade. Gotta love Gunther.
I even think that Punk, I think Punk's chest was like actually bleeding.
Yeah, it was like right, like in kind of like the collarbone area. He was actually bleeding, and I think the blood on Gunther's chest was from Punk's blood.
Yeah. So Gunther told Punk he was gonna make him regret ever coming back here and fighting for the world title.
That was really fucking nice.
And oh my God, he mopped
He was mopping that man.
CM Punk. Like,
Oof, he was beating the fuck out of CM Punk most of that match, dude.
when Gunther was getting his offense in,
Oof.
oh my Lord, he was whooping this man's ass, bro.
Oof.
Whooping his ass. He probably whooped him so hard, he probably thought he was performing on AEW Rampage.
He thought he was facing Hangman, and Hangman was going to knock him out legitimately or something, because he was scared of that for some reason. But like he was having flashbacks, dude. He thought Hangman was in front of him or something, man. Because holy hell, he was getting his ass whooped.
Early in the match, Punk was caught up in a tree of woe, and Gunther was chopping him while he was hanging upside down. He was chopping him in his chest, he's chopping him in his stomach, he was chopping him in his legs, all while he was hanging upside down. Like I said, a vast majority of this match was Gunther just, again, making this man regretting ever stepping into a ring, destroying him. Gunther, then later on in the match, he locked in a sharpshooter on CM Punk. Punk was able to reverse the sharpshooter into a sharpshooter of his own. And at this point in the match, like I said, CM Punk's chest was legitimately bleeding. Punk would then start to gain some offense and hit a running knee in the corner, but as he lifted his knee up, Gunther grabbed his leg and hit him with a power bomb for a near fall. Gunther went to reach down to grab CM Punk once again and was trapped in a triangle submission hold, or as many WWE fans know it, the Hell's Gate. Gunther was able to get out of it. But Punk was still on the offensive, and he hit him with a running knee in the corner. Gunther fell down, and he went to go to the top rope, and Gunther quickly shot up and started giving him chops while he was on the top rope. Yes, he would throw Punk off the top rope, and Gunther would climb to the top rope himself and hit a splash for a near fall. Punk would get up, and Gunther would hit him with a simple lariat.
Oof.
but it was not just any lariat. It was like,
It was hilarious, dude. He get that man with the Okada, bro. Brutal.
oh my God,
Whipped his ass to the ground.
dude. He hit him with a nasty clothesline, bro. So he hits him with a heavy lariat. CM Punk would try to go for a quick GTS, and as he was on the way down, Gunther caught his leg and hit him with another power bomb for a near fall. He would then drop kick Punk in the corner for another near fall. He would start chopping Punk again. And he would start chopping Punk again. He would get Punk on the outside and hit him with a back body drop on the apron. He would then stand on the announce table and celebrate. Punk would sweep him off the announce table, which at this point, Gunther went under the announce table, whatever he was doing under there. And when he came back up, he was bloody.
Bloody as hell. He ran the blade right on that desk like Punk did it all in.
Yes, he was very, very bloody by the time he came back up. And Punk started getting some punches in and hit Gunther with an elbow drop. He would go for a GTS, but it would get countered into a sleeper. Punk would regain his footing and get back to his feet, was able to sweep under Gunther's arms, hit him with a GTS, and Gunther would not fall down. So Punk would hit Gunther with yet again another GTS for the victory, and CM Punk is your new World Heavyweight Champion.
For 3 minutes. But per the match itself, it was amazing, dude. I loved it. I loved the dynamic between those two. I loved just the fucking ass whoop that fucking Gunther gave Punk. Not their dynamic was great most of the match. I think that's exactly how that match should have gone. Most offense was for Gunther. Near the end, Punk got the momentum and took it home. Loved it. Loved the fucking match, dude. It was phenomenal. Brutal as hell. Love me a great Gunther match, man. Love me a great Punk match. And those two together, it was exactly what I would have wanted, man. So, loved the match we got, dude. Thought it was amazing. And although, with the Seth cash in, I do kind of wish that Seth would have cashed in before the actual ending to the match happened. I think I overall would have preferred that. I would have liked that moment a lot more, I think. That if you take Rollins out of that equation, that ending was perfect for Punk, man. I think the Rollins equation does kind of hurt it. But overall, love the fucking match. Those two did magic, and it was a fucking amazing main event, dude. Stole the fucking show easily. It wasn't a hard show to steal from, but they took it home anyway.
They absolutely did. They absolutely did, man. And even if the show was filled with really good stuff, this for sure probably would have been
one, if not
the best thing on it, man. I mean, this was, or at least one of, but this was absolutely incredible, man. I love this main event. And with Punk winning, he would celebrate for a couple minutes before the music of Seth Rollins,
which one production thing for WWE that they are really bad at, that we pointed out at Mania, and we pointed out, here, because we were watching live and we did it at those moments. Dude, WWE has such a problem when someone's gonna, surprise, come out in the ramp. They literally do camera shots of, the guys in the ring, and you could just look behind them, and you just see a camera guy just waiting, pointing the camera at the stage. Like, you guys gotta be better with that. It was the most obvious fucking situation ever. You did it at Mania with Travis Scott, and you did it at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins. They gotta get better at that, man.
They do. They do, man. They need to keep a guy up there and hidden.
And just pop out right at the moment.
Yeah, because it especially, or if you're gonna have him stand there, don't shoot the angle that has us look towards the entrance ramp.
Because at the end of the day, they did so many shots of the guys in the ring, and then behind them was the stage. But when Seth's music hit, it wasn't pointing the camera at the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the point of basically giving us the answer by seeing the fucking dude with the camera if that wasn't even the shot you were gonna go with? I don't get it.
I don't understand, bro. But yeah, so Seth Rollins comes out, and he comes out hobbling on crutches and in a knee brace. And he walks out there with Paul Heyman, and he says, "Enjoy it while you can hold on to it." And he hobbles away, and then he stops.
Straightens up.
And he straightens up, and he pushes both crutches away. He pops a couple buckles on the brace, and off comes the knee brace as he's ripping his shirt and his blazer off, and grabbing the briefcase and running to the ring. And as Punk stands there, he tries to fight Rollins and goes for a GTS before Rollins attacks him with the briefcase. Hits him multiple times. He even clunked him on the head a couple times. The bell finally rings. He hits a curb stomp, and Seth Rollins becomes your brand new World Heavyweight Champion.
Again, I gotta give Seth his flowers here. He did play him and Becky played up that injury insane levels, bro. They were posting family fucking videos of them with their child as he was in crutches. Gotta respect the kayfabe hustle with that, man. They did play it up very well to him being injured, man. In the moment, it was very well produced. It was very cool. Like I said in the intro, don't love where it really takes us for Raw and, the build to Mania. That's kind of its own thing. But the moment itself was really fucking good. And I wish the cameras got it because I was kind of confused in the moment where, the rest of the faction was. Apparently they were right outside the ring. And that's why Punk didn't run out the ring. It's because they were out in the ring making sure he couldn't leave. I wish cameras would have got that. I do wish cameras would have got that because I was just asking that, like, wasn't this fucking guy just run out the ring and he'd be fine? The Brawns were there. I wish camera would have caught them, being outside the ring. Other than that, the moment itself was really cool. Great fucking swerve from WWE here on that injury. And the moment itself was really good.
Yeah, the moment itself was really good. Obviously, it makes sense for him to cash in on CM Punk. CM Punk, again, is the perfect person for him to cash in on. And the moment was good. Visually, WWE did a great job. Seth played into it great. WWE played up to it great. They're just very nonchalant attitude about the injury in an attempt to just kind of make people forget about it. I appreciated all of it. I appreciated what they did. It was very creative, and I love to see them thinking outside of the box like that.
I do.
And doing stuff like that. But again, the only thing that concerns me is the 7 or 8 months we have until WrestleMania, and if they're actually going to drag this out that long. Because
like if this happened at like Royal Rumble, I would have no gripe with this.
Yeah.
Because it'd be such like a short, but like this is a lot of months we have here, man.
And remember, I don't even think we're in
Survivor. We're not nearly even close to Survivor Series season,
Yeah. I mean, we're at SummerSlam, bro. So
we got like 3 pay-per-views before Survivor Series.
Yeah. So
oof.
That is the only thing that concerns me, being able to hold interest for a feud for that long.
Exactly.
Because Punk and Drew was, what would that be? January of 24
to what? What was the blow off?
October of 24.
Yeah.
So what was that? Yeah, 10 months.
And I think that, that was a fresher feud overall than, feud you're about to have 7 months where this is just going into their third match. You know what I mean? It's not like this is the start of the feud. If it was the start of the feud in general, it'd be like, you wouldn't have any worries.
Yeah.
But this is just building up to just their last match. So it's kind of scary in that regard. I hope they could really, keep things interesting. And I really hope so.
I hope so too. I hope so. Yeah, I hope they are able to keep things interesting, man. But I just don't
I don't have faith.
think they will, especially the way this summer is going. I'm only going with what history has taught me, and history has taught me that this summer, they have been pretty creatively bankrupt. So, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see how everything goes, but it is, it is just, it's very interesting to see how the hell they are going to be able to pull this off, man. But regardless, the match, the match itself, was absolutely phenomenal, man. These two absolutely need to run it back. These two were made to be in the ring together. This was tremendous. Crazy to see Gunther lose so soon again, man. It really fucking makes me think, why the fuck did we need a Jey Uso title reign thrown in there? It would have just been better if Gunther held the belt from SummerSlam to SummerSlam.
That would have been such a simpler story. Lost it to Jey Uso for no reason, just to win it back in terms of this loss for no reason. But we got this match. It was an amazing match. Punk and Gunther was one of the matches we always wanted, and it did not fucking disappoint, dude. Phenomenal. Love these two guys, and I think after this, Gunther will be making that transition over to SmackDown in preparation for that future Cena feud.
I think so, bro. I
so.
think so.
I'm excited.
So, speaking of that, with Seth Rollins walking out as the world champion, he's not Mr. Money in the Bank anymore. John Cena and Cody Rhodes match is free of Money in the Bank, right? There's no chance of him, cashing in that briefcase. So what the hell happens tomorrow now? Again, now we already talked in the beginning about Cena and Cody, what can happen there. There's obviously, they could go any route. They could do a double turn. I would do a double turn. I know they're not going to do a double turn. They could do a double turn. They have Cody go heel and Cena go babyface. It's kind of weird because like Cena's a baby face
already, even though it could be a swerve.
Or they could have Cody turn heel, take the title, go to Hollywood, sell his soul, or you could keep Cody as a baby face and have him fail again.
Exactly.
There's so many different routes they can go. There's literally so many different routes they can go with this whole thing, and it will probably end up being pretty good, man. But again, is Cody going to turn heel? Does he have John Cena scouted, or is he still too dumb enough to believe that Superman is not Superman anymore?
Because
and the whole Cena factor too. Is he genuine, or is he fucking around? Is he messing with Cody? Is he getting in his head? It's just very interesting to me how this whole thing's gonna go and all this type of stuff. But after tonight, Gunther lost the title.
He did.
So, if the report we heard is correct, and if Gunther is going on to be John Cena's last opponent, then John's got to keep the title. Very interesting, man. That is that really was the interesting part to me, man, was when the dust settled, all I could say to myself was, oh shit, Gunther dropped the title. That would mean Cena would have to keep his. I think that's the way they go, especially if you want to run with this whole story of Cena. Cena needs to keep the title so that people don't forget about him. I think that you could actually really run with that. And if you are going to end it to a heel, which obviously if Gunther is the guy, that is the perfect story to get Gunther so much heat going into WrestleMania 42, which will then in turn give your babyface who takes the title from Gunther, he will be so beloved.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the way to go. And I really think John Cena retains tomorrow. And I think he's got a ticket to a match with the Ring General for his final match.
I think so. Tomorrow, very, very interesting in that main event. Like you said, there's so many possibilities, man. Cena could be playing him. He could be playing him. He could be truthful, and Cody could be overthinking it for no reason, and he's gonna lose. And I think, unfortunately, much as I would love it, don't think we're getting the Cody heel turn tomorrow, but I think we're gonna get one of the biggest step towards it tomorrow in Cody losing, man, because I think there's a good chance that Superman is back, and Superman's just gonna come in, be all smile, fans gonna love him. He's gonna beat Cody, and I think Cody's gonna be over there in Hollywood, maybe rethinking a lot of choices in this business, man. So I think there's a lot of paths you could take tomorrow, no matter what. I'm very excited for all possibilities, and I can't wait to see that main event, man. I can't wait. Can't wait to see the whole show. Whole show is going to be good tomorrow. I'm very excited for all of it. But that main event, dude, holy shit, am I fucking pumped, man. But tonight was interesting. Had its lows, and it had its highs, man. Overall, it wasn't bad. And overall, I'm gonna say a prediction, and I possibly, I think either it's going to be a match of the weekend or at least top three in the weekend. Punk and Gunther, gonna at least stay in that top three, I'm sure. Loved it. It was great. Everything I wanted it to be, man. And very excited for tomorrow.
Me too, man. So again, I'm going Cena. I think
I'm going Cena.
And I could see what you're saying very well being the case because if Cody Rhodes lets his, judgment get the best of him again, I could very well see his character rethinking a lot of the decisions on who he is as a person, and stuff like that. So,
and he's going to film this movie with Roman. Roman's not a heel, but Roman, is still, he's still Roman, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I would love if, off screen, but, kayfabe wise, those two talk, and maybe Roman tells him, like, look what I did, man. Maybe, you're QB1, I'm OTC1. Maybe you got to do what I was doing to really be QB1. And I would really like if, kayfabe wise, if those two they're going to film the same movie, I would love, kayfabe wise, they have conversations, and maybe, what Paul did, what the conversations that Heyman had to Roman that turned him into the tribal chief. Maybe Roman has those same words for Cody, and maybe that's what sends him over the edge. And you know what? It worked for Roman. It really worked for Roman. Maybe it'll work for me. I think that could be a really cool element, man.
Man,
there's so much they could do.
There is so much they can do, bro. What are they going to end up doing? Probably the safe option. they're probably just going to have Cena
give the good old.
Cena's going to give him another hug and then do the fucking look again, and then he's going to go to low blow him, but Cody's going to catch it and hit him with the belt, and then that will be how SummerSlam ends, probably.
And the only way I don't want it is babyface Cody walking out with the title. That's the only scenario I don't want.
Yes.
Heel Cody, I'll do it. Face Cody, nada.
Either way, I really hope I really hope Cena walks out with the championship, bro. I really hope he does. So we'll see how that whole thing goes, man. But with that being said, that was SummerSlam night one. That was SummerSlam night one, man. So, like I said, man, we talked about it a lot in the beginning, bro. But Rollins winning, it was shot amazingly.
It was.
It made sense. I just don't know how much sense it makes to carry the feud on for another 8 months. That's all I'm saying. And then Punk and Gunther was great. Tiffany and Jade was really good. The tag match in the beginning was good. And I think yeah. I think but yeah, man, for tomorrow, bro, overall, I think the Never Seen 17 will continue.
I think it will. I think overall, most likely to me, it will, man. And I hope so.
Yeah. So it's also interesting to see because I don't want to get my hopes up at all, but like
it's hard not to with all the possibilities.
Yeah, it's like they're mentioning. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be there at all. They're mentioning, like, Rock, and they're mentioning Travis Scott. It's just weird. There's a lot of weirdness going on about this main event, and I'm not getting myself hyped. I will never do that again.
Not for The Rock.
I am not expecting The Rock or Travis Scott. It's just weird that now, the night before SummerSlam, we bring all this up. It's just... The promo just gave a weird vibe. It gave a weird vibe in a weird time to now all of a sudden we want to bring up how everybody left and all this other type of stuff, man. So it's it really is very interesting and there's so many ways they can go. I just really hope they don't go with the most predictable play it safe option. I mean, again, bro, we turned John Cena heel this year. Could we not go with the play it fucking safe option?
Literally, please go with the wild option. Please do it. I hope so, man. But I'm excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, man. So WWE, if you got any fucking balls, you would do that double turn.
You would, man. You would.
But yeah. So with that being said, that is gonna do it. Jack says he's feeling at least The Rock is coming, maybe not Travis Scott. I wouldn't get your hopes up, man. Unfortunately, I would not get your hopes up. I'll never make that mistake ever again because WrestleMania 41 was the last fucking time.
He didn't show up for Mania, man. I lost faith in that man. So overall, I don't expect him tomorrow.
Not at all. But yeah. So that is everything for SummerSlam Night 1. So, again, WWE, if you learned anything from this night, please work your cards out better.
Please, for the love of God.
And with that, that is going to do it, man, for this edition of the SummerSlam 2025 Night 1 Saturday post-show review. Thank you to everybody who came out, gave some feedback, hung out with us. Thank you guys so very much. Hunter, Jack, Logan, Gotti, thank you guys so very much for joining us here today on this edition of your post-show review. And we ain't done because we got tomorrow, and tomorrow I can already tell is going to be a lot more interesting than today.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today on this edition of the SummerSlam Night 1 post-show review, the first 2-night SummerSlam in WWE history. Thank you guys so very much. And with that, it's been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
And I, Sir K.
And that will do it for this edition of your SummerSlam post-show review. Thank you guys so very much. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all tomorrow night with the SummerSlam Sunday Night 2 post-show review.
Peace.